Okay, surprise! You can tell I planned this out. You put popcorn in the fridge. You put peanut butter in it. And why are you hoping why nobody's finds until you're done with dishes? Are like other people gonna judge you for that? I don't know. Maybe. Anyways, hello, hi, hey, hi, hey. Uh, uh, this is gonna be so fun. This will be so top tier awesome. I'm gonna cry. Fun fact, Chef bad. And I forgot to change my settings back. I forgot. I muted the entire. I muted everything. So when disturb my starting student screen, I need to get that back. Okay. That's loud. This is still feels loud. Huh. Now it could just be me. That's good enough now. Okay, that was loud. Ow. Whatever. It's fine. I'll live with it, I guess. Okay, Lysate Cell is cool, except I always fall into the trap of kind of similar to how Lysate Cell works with Bandit. If you press the special button too fast, you'll consume the charges of your special, and you won't get any extra benefit from it, which is annoying and it's stupid. And I would take Lysate Cell if it literally just didn't do that. Oh, I love it when the Discord, not Discord, YouTube chat doesn't refresh itself on OBS. So I have to reload it myself. So for peanut butter filled taco, is your fridge like organized? If so, that's awesome. Last I checked, mine isn't very organized. My favorite... You have not asked me for my favorite cheese. I don't know what my favorite cheese is. I don't know what my favorite, like, anything is. I'm not a picky eater. I just... If you set it in front of me, I'll probably eat it. If, you know, it's like actual food and not, I don't know, concrete. Yum yum, delicious. Oh, that's my favorite food. Okay, card's good. I don't have the. I dropped the cart. I can't believe this. I lost on like 2 whole items. That was both of which I was gonna scrap, but I lost out on 2 items. I am throwing. Everyone laugh at me or something like that. Sending a video of what I mean by wrong in the server. Okay, let me see. I need water. Hello, Dusky Wusky. Oh, I see. I see what you mean now, Cheese Man, by the wrong part of your fridge. Giving myself a very nice ham sandwich right now, eating and watching cringe screamers during a pause screen. What the hell? I was I was fact checking something. I wasn't really fact checking anything, but never mind gameplay. Yay! Yippee! Gameplay! How are you, Dusky Wusky? Ham, mayo, cheese, and butter on your bro. It's busing. Well, good job. You're enjoying your food. I recently ate my dinner and like my last meal of the day. Probably last food I'm gonna eat for the day. I was gonna stream earlier, and then I forgot. I'm doing good considering the fact you played League. You played what? What the hell? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I mean, I know you've been playing League. Okay, wait. So in the activity tab, as seen from my Discord server right now, you've played League of Legends for 52 hours this week. I'm exposing Dashi. Dashi is a League of Legends player. Unsubscribe from him right now. It's Tuesday. Yeah, for you it is. For you it's Tuesday, but for me it's still Monday. It's 7:30. Monday. Okay, you play 52 hours and I think by this week I meant it means they'll have past 7 days. Not since Monday. I mean, you played 52 hours in one day. We really should. I really should like ban you or something. Reason, League of Legends player. It turns out I'm the checkmate atheist victim. Sorry, checkmate atheist victim. Dash, you know, you leave. Never mind. Oh no. It's not bad. I might need health regen. Like right now, I need healing. Oh my god. I need to deal with these stupid whiffs. You totally play multiplayer streams sometime for no reason. I mean, I will. Eventually. I always love to, I don't know, play anything with people. But right now, no. I need to beat Eclipse 8 with Jeff today or something. It's not gonna. If I get lucky today, yeah, probably actually. But I'm not one who's known for luck. So I should totally upload YouTube videos again. I've been working on a video for the past few months. If you don't win, you die. That's true. If I don't win, I die. When your HP reaches 0. I can't hit flying enemies. When your HP reaches 0, you die. Just a little known fact. It's part of the words of wisdom I say to everyone. When your HP reaches 0, you die. It's so stupid. I love saying that. If I don't beat Eclipse 8 today, you die in game, you die in real life. Something like that. I'm getting pushed, so if you need $1,000, I'm here. No, I don't need. As much as, you know, getting like actual help would be nice. I think I'm fine. I don't need help with thumbnails. I quite enjoy making art for them. It's always like I at least have a basis of what I'm trying to do, which makes it a lot easier than, you know, actual art. If I'm drawing casually, my biggest struggle is I don't know what to draw ever. But if I'm making a thumbnail, at least I have a general idea what I'm trying to do. Future Zero, you vertical block jump for the beef. I wouldn't be able to make it. I'd die. Can't reach me. Look at this loser. Man, chest damage with the seer is so good when you stack up the ignite buffs. But you know they last for never. They last a whole never. Like 2 ticks. And then it expires because of his 0.6 proc coefficient, which is stupid and dumb. Seer would be decent to usable if his burn didn't last actually like 4 ticks. I think that's genuinely how long it lasts for. Like it does 4 hits and then expires, which is so sad. I should upload videos again. I don't know exactly what I'd want to do them on. I'm already working on like, oh shoot, a really large project. I was thinking maybe like, I don't know, stream highlights if I'm interesting enough. If I feel interesting enough. I might also just record videos of just games I play. I play a lot of games. I have at least 2. And I've been playing a lot more games recently. Not just The Binding of Isaac and Risk of Rain. Although Risk of Rain is like the only game I show myself playing. I should stream more games, honestly. It's my biggest problem is I don't know what. I don't know how to make content for games at all. I don't know how to make content for this. I'm just talking. Maybe that's all I need. Okay, that's a lot of wisps. I don't really like that. I don't really like brass contraptions either. As someone still doing dishes who do grand podcasts, that's not something I will ever do, probably. I mean, if I had other people, maybe, but... Oh, another card! Wowee! Wow! But as, like, just doing it myself, I'd need to think of stuff to talk about, which is hard. I mean, it's kind of what I'm gonna do for my big video. I still need to record stuff for that, and progress has been slow because I've been playing Risk of Rain. I've been playing Chef. I should record more. Should play more so I can get more footage. But damn, I can't believe Cheese ended inside a high back. How could you? Cheese, man, this is... Ow. That. Nope. Still waiting for that shit to edit. Yeah, Dashi, you're not getting anything to edit. I haven't recorded anything. Like, just so you know, Dashi, literally we have nothing lined up, like at all. We used to have plans for videos, for a bunch of Ochako videos, but due to like general busyness, we haven't been able to actually get on that at all. So literally the only plan we have right now for videos is the Brutal Orchestra video that I'm working on. That's gonna be literally like pretty much just me. Like, I'm not getting much help for that. Did you just try to ban me? Ban... I can't spell. I ban you, Dashi. You're banned. Go full terrarium mode. Just explain the connections of games, the best approach to it. Yeah, I mean, like, that's something that could possibly happen, but Terraria hasn't really piqued my interest lately. Honestly, maybe once the next update comes out, I might play Terraria more, but I haven't not played Terraria a lot recently. I've been trying to, but I don't know. I think my problem with Terraria is I just need to find like a fun way to play it, or friends. That always that's like, having other people to play with always makes an experience better. That's why I'm so excited for the co-op update for Isaac. Because I don't play much Isaac anymore either. I have 2,000 hours on the game, and like the game's kind of boring to me at that point. But when the co-op update comes out, oh, when you said Terraria, I meant act like a Terraria to first explain progression, other games, and the best approach. Oh yeah, that's fair. Unfortunately, I feel like I don't know, with the types of games I play, roguelikes, there isn't exactly like a full-on best approach to anything really. I mean, they're kind of like, there's kind of like just like, oh, here's what you can do generally, and here's some extra optimizations depending on, you know, like your character you're playing or something. But there isn't like a full like set like order of what you play, or like full like approach you can do in roguelikes, just because of the randomness. Backseat to play Terraria. Second that. Yeah, next stream is gonna be Terraria stream, guys. Trust me. You guys get to decide. Wait, actually, that sounds funny. You guys get to decide what like weapons and like anything I use. It's gonna be so evil. I'm giving you guys full control. I'm gonna give you guys full control, and I'm gonna regret it. I've touched Terraria one singular point in my life. Damn. Trying to beat hardcore crushing, large world master mode, and death equals Delian restart. So hardcore, just for fun. Yeah, difficulty is always a nice way. Difficulty is generally a nice way to make a game more fun. But I also feel like a lot of times it can be very sad. Like, if you die, it just makes you mad and sad, and that's why I love roguelikes, because I have to delete the map if I die. Yeah. Yeah, like, again, that's a cool way to make it more interesting. You've not fought the first boss. Ah, moment. But it's not like my type of thing though. I just so I don't. Okay, I was gonna say I don't find like a ton of fun through difficulty, but then again, I'm sort of being hypocritical. I play roguelikes. Like half my Steam library are roguelikes. I'd kind of be lying if I said that I don't find fun in difficult games. I guess what more puts me in, what makes me enjoy a game more is randomness and like I don't know, visuals, like a decent, nice gameplay. Right, but the reason I like roguelikes so much is because I like random. I'm not lucky. If you play a game with me, if you play a luck-based game with me, you'll very quickly realize I am not lucky. not even close. But I do find a lot of fun I find a lot of fun in luck-based games because there's always that inherent like things like there's always that inherent like gamble where it's like I could succeed on this, could always just fail at just a win's notice. What? Wait, what? What do you mean U.S. President's reaction? No, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna say this. I'm never gonna do reaction content. I find that boring. If it's not fun for me, what's the point? It's why I mainly stopped uploading stuff on YouTube. It's why I mainly stopped uploading anything. It's because I didn't find it that fun. Which is why I'm currently like I've said multiple times, I'm working on a larger video, and it's been fun so far. And right now, especially, I have a lot more free time since I don't have a lot of school stuff like in the way, really, because there isn't like any like the 2 classes that I have. I was like no homework or anything. So generally, I'm free. But finding the willpower to like actually like get work done is hard. This is why I need to work more, and this is why I need to force myself to do it. So, have you been cursed for a chance? No, yes. Look, I'm not the only one in my family who's this unlucky. I swear, I got it from my dad. Okay, I need to get out of here and heal. Okay, never mind. Jellyfish. Oh, what is happening? Why are there so many enemies? I feel like they like increased the spawn rate for enemies recently. I just can't explain why, because they fixed the elite spawn rates, but it feels like they've just increased normal enemy spawn rates. I mainly find this in like the abyssal depths when I see 1 billion hermit crabs. I've played this game for 1,000 hours. I think I know what a normal spawn rate is. Or at least have a decent idea what normal spawn rate is. Ow! What the hell? I can essentially feel like It feels like there's increased spawn rate, especially for like small enemies. Rather quiet. Ow. Is there a blind pest or... Yep, that's a mending blind pest. I'm probably gonna die. Honestly. Never mind, I killed the blind pest, it's all good. That's loud. My favorite part about making playlists for me to listen to is how sometimes it's like some songs are just like super quiet and some are just really loud. And it's always so fun hearing something super quiet, and then as soon as it ends, my ears explode. I need AoE, like really badly. I have good single target damage at least. Chef has decent single target damage. It's like, it's honestly not bad. But surprisingly, unlike in Risk-Grin 1 and Returns, Chef does not have good AoE. In fact, it's actually rather bad. Its only real form of AoE is in Glaze and I guess Dice, but Dice isn't really consistent with hitting multiple enemies. And Glaze has a 10-second cooldown, which is a long time. Another problem Chef has is that his its ability to deal with flying enemies is rather limited. It's not as bad as like some other characters, but it isn't the greatest either. Just because of how Chef's charges on his primary works. It's literally just because his primary is charge based. Because none of his other moves can deal with flying enemies very well. Or at all. Like, Seer and Roll just are super vertically locked. No, horizontal. I don't know my directions. It's not really directions, but It's so horizontally locked. Like it's both Glaze and, or not Glaze, Roll and C are just like your model or right in front of you. So unless you can get high up, you're not dealing with flying enemies at those. And Glaze has the problem of physics. And its spread, actually. Its spread also poses a huge problem for flying enemies. Oh, so there are so many bison. How many bison? Bison steak. Okay, I really don't want to deal with this. Ow! I really need to know. When did basic Jacob and Isa's generally harder than either lost? I mean, I think it depends on what you're used to, right? I think on just generally, I think Jacob and Isa has like effectively double hitbox size, but at least you can get hit. Like Jacob and Isa also effectively has or can get double the HP of a normal character. Personally, I struggle with all of them because I suck at Isaac, and it's because I haven't played Isaac a lot recently. My skills in Isaac have very much dwindled. But both Losts have advantages that Jake and Issa don't have. Flight and Spectral Tears. Okay, I really need a way to deal with flying enemies because... oh my god, there are so many of these blind pests. And I can't deal with them. How many how many need to spawn? Because I can only effectively deal with one at a time. Just because of how limited, how small Dice's hitbox is. And its charge-based mechanic. If I was better at the game, if I was better at aiming, I wouldn't have this much of a problem. To be honest. But I suck at aiming, and I chose to play a third-person shooter game. It's honestly my mistake. My bad. I might start the teleporter. I'm gonna explore as much of the map. Whoops, that was an accident. Can't wait for them to rework Chef. It's gonna be so fun because I'm already gonna have no. Because by the time they actually rework Chef in their third wave of patches, like, I'm gonna have no reason to play Chef ever again. Because hopefully by the time those updates roll around, I'm gonna be done Eclipse 8 with Chef. Hopefully I'm done Eclipse 8 with all the characters. I never know. Yep, those are go-to blind pests. Okay, I just can't deal with that. Chef's air defense isn't good enough to deal with gilded flying enemies. Because of how tanky gilded enemies are and how little damage I can deal to them. Hello, Imp Overlord. Can you come down here, please? Oh, there's two of them. Oh, so I am dying. What the hell happened to my hell? Oh my god, blind pests. I really need AoE. Some way to deal with flying enemies, please. And there goes my other elixir. Probably shot down from the swarm of blind pests. Okay, I'm gonna employ my greatest strategy. It's called running away. This is an effective strategy and it works. Obviously, I said it was effective. This would be a lot better if I wasn't dealing with Imp Overlords. But I just need to get the blind pests out of the way. This would be a lot easier once I charge the teleport 99%. This might take a while though. Stupid blind pests. Probably stay here for a little bit. Not that long because that and Overlords and blind pests are back. Okay, that was a decent charge, at least. I swear, like, just like generally like smaller enemies, like it really feels like their spawn rate increase. Like select enemies from each stage, just like the most annoying enemies from each stage, spawn rates have increased for those, but only the annoying ones. Like flying enemies, like all flying enemies. There are two mending. Oh god. There are two mending blind pests. Oh, there goes my greatest hope of killing the Imp Overlords. They're just not gonna die now. Because I can't deal with these mending elites. But, oh my god. And my health vanished again. Burn lasts forever. I don't know why burn lasts so long. But when I play as any character, it lasts for like a second at most. And it's on as soon as it's on a burning elite, it lasts for like ages. Like 10 seconds. It seems the blind pests have found me. Really? How that? Can't believe that bison hit me. It's uncontrollable in the air and just found its way to me. I just need to run. There's not much else I can really do at the moment. As soon as I stay in one place, the blind pests appear. These imp overlords are kind of like perfectly staggered apart to where right after one teleports, the other one can. Which is really bad for me. Where's the blind pests? Where is the swarm? I think I'm good to... Oh, they're all the way over there. Okay. I can probably charge the teleporter a bit more than... Well, at least I'm pretty sure I'm at the enemy spawn limit, so no new enemies should spawn until I kill one, which then a much stronger enemy will appear, which is kind of bad for me. Oh, those are the blind pests. Oh no. Okay, back to running. Sometimes this is genuinely the best strat you can have. It's the best strategy I can really employ. Sticking around and fighting isn't gonna help me. It's gonna do the opposite. It's gonna kill me. In fact, I probably shouldn't even just try to... I shouldn't even try to kill enemies right now. Wait until like, the teleporter is fully charged so enemies just can't spawn anymore. Because killing enemies at the moment will just spawn more. I wouldn't be able to... Okay. Now I can kill. Try to. These bison are really annoying me. They haven't actually done like anything to me, but they're actually like very threateningly close to killing me from other enemies. Oh, and the imp overlords are almost fully healed. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, blind pests. Yeah, I'm gonna be stuck here forever. I actually just can't deal with anything. Because if I try to hit enemies that are on land, the blind pests are just gonna heal them. I can't deal with blind pests. My air defense is genuinely just so bad. Okay, wait, I killed one mending. One mending blind pest down. It's like 2 or 3, it's like 1 or 2 more. I can't tell. There's just too many of them. I actually think both the mending ones are... I think all the mending elites are dead. Okay, that actually helps a lot. Doesn't really change the fact that as soon as I start dealing with like enemies on the ground, blind pests and the 2 greater wisps are just gonna destroy me. In fact, I am burning. And burn lasts forever, apparently. Like, actually just forever. How? No, enemy spawn is supposed to be disabled when the teleport is charged. How did a magma worm spawn? Oh, this magma worm is making things so annoying. I can't actually get close in on the boss to deal damage. Because this magma worm is like effectively just guarding them. Oh my god. I don't even know how this magma worm even spawned. I think I'm gonna die. Cause I keep walking into the Imp Overlord spikes. They're not that hard to see. How do I keep walking into them? That was annoying. That was really annoying to deal with. Okay. Attempt 2 at playing chef. Man, if only Chef was good. I think Chef right now is like a horrible character. But he definitely feels horrible. His primary's super clunky, and I appreciate the gimmick of like doing more damage when it comes back, but it's hard to hit the returning shot. It's hard to hit both. It's super easy to hit the first shot, and if you miss the first shot when he comes out, right, the returning shot is honestly really easy to hit too. But hitting both, it sucks. So Plasma Shrimp's good, I think. I mean, I also have 2 watches, so it's a 40% damage increase. Never mind, I'm gonna make 4 watches. Unless there's a better printer around, I'm making 4 watches. 80% damage. Plasma doesn't seem bad on Chef, because I don't need proc chance to proc the Plasma Shrimp. It always happens when I have a shield, at least. Oh, there's one more chest. Lame. It's not even a Halcyon Shrine. That's sad. It's very rare that Halcyon Shrines don't spawn on a map or on a first stage. Which to me kind of makes no sense. Like, I feel like either it's either like you're just always gonna get it on the first stage, or you're not gonna get it like super often. But having it to where like, oh yeah, it's pretty much every time, but it just isn't, is kind of annoying. But to be fair, the Halcyon Shrines take up a lot of credits for interactuals and stuff, and actually, do they? I don't even know if they take up any. Probably do. I'm assuming they take up a bit. Let me check. Halcyon Shrine. Let me check. Interactables. That's a stage interactables. Where can I find the... I know there's a page for how much each thing costs. I found it. Never mind. The wiki isn't updated enough for this. Like, actually just doesn't have it. Whatever. I don't need to know anyways. For all I know, it costs literally nothing. And just is funny and didn't want to spawn the stage. Oh! Yeah, it's really good, actually. The power elixir is the thing I wanted to scrap. And I did. Hey, now I get to keep all my damage multipliers. This is awesome. I wish that his primer wasn't so charge based. It's fine on like Artificer because like it's not Artificer's main way of attacking. And it's fine on like Bandit because it's used in a fun, interesting way. But this is just it's like my main way of attacking most enemies. And I have to wait. Oh, ukulele. Never mind, all my problems are solved. Never mind, I'm happy now. It's all good. I never complain about anything. I now have AoE. I'm saved. Run solved, or something like that. It's not entirely true, but run solved. So I've been getting a lot better at dodging wisps recently. Band Aqueduct. This would be a lot better if I was playing like any other character. Chef does not have a good way of proccing bands. Like if I even want to get them, I don't want bands. Chef's only way of actually proccing bands is through roll. Which roll does good damage, it just has the problem that you have to be right in front of enemy. You have to like actually go into contact with enemies for it to do anything. Or for it to deal damage. It's still a good movement option. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the... You know, no wonder I couldn't climb up the wall. I'm the wrong part of it. It's kind of just saying, just Chef just not good at this. Clearly, I'm not good at this. They changed the wall. Oh, it feels... Oh, it looks like they changed the wall. So it's hard to climb up, but... That also might not be true. That might just be deluding myself. No, I feel like they... I don't think that this bump was there before. It's weird. Ooh, slug. Okay, that's good healing. I have my healing, like, pretty much solved. As long as I don't take damage. I'm quite good at taking damage, though. This was a bad idea. Fun fact. When a glacial enemy releases its freezing explosion, it's best to stay out of the way so you don't get frozen. Well, this looks really good. Now I have great healing. Passively. Enough. I'd love some healing for, like, when I'm in combat. It's probably something Chef wants. Because Chef is a rather close range character. It's interesting. All the Secrets of the Storm characters are, like, either melee range or just have like rather short ranges. As False Sun's a melee character. At the same time, False Sun's like has like the most range out of the Secrets of the Storm characters. Despite being the only melee character. Or only melee character from Secrets of the Storm. The others, Seeker and Chef, are like mid-range. Mid-range characters that heavily focus more on being closer than further. And Command is also a mid-range character, but you want to be a bit further away. That's really funny that the melee character has the most range of the Secrets of the Storm characters. The Seeker's range is very limited. Our longest range ability can only be used on when you're using it on the ground or at the ground, not on. You don't have to be on land to do it. But you have to be like looking at the ground to do it, and that can be hard. And Chef's range is rather limited. His primary is just short range. I mean, it's decent range. It's not like that high. It's not like good of a range. And Glaze has the potential to be like have a ton of range, but it's affected by gravity, which kind of restricts its range quite a bit. Fallen just has like a map wide laser beam. You just shoot it from across the map and to hit enemies. Oof, backup mag, stun grenade, or neither of these are great for Chef. Stun grenade doesn't activate often, doesn't proc often, and backup mag just isn't that good because Seer isn't that good. I'm gonna scrap both of those, I think. But I'll use the backup mag for the Stone Titan fight because Seer is really good if you can get close to an enemy. Like genuinely so good if you can get close to an enemy. Which really only you can only really do against like early enemies and bosses. Against anything else, it's rather hard to go up to them and stay there for a while. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to stage, really. Oh, there's a multi-shop. Never mind. I missed something. My phone charger went up my sleeve. Yeah. Felt weird. Okay, where's the multi-shop? I found it. Ooh, push armor plate. That could be actually super useful. Burn lasts a long time. That's actually like what I've been like really scared of recently. Burn, because that lasts so much longer than I expected it does. Maybe it's just because I've just been getting hit by a lot more burn effects recently, but oh my god, they last so long. And I don't know why. When I'm playing a character, burn lasts for a few seconds. Burn feels like it lasts for like 10 when an enemy inflicts it. Here is the multitude of scrappers. There's like 3 of them clumped up in one place. Or, you know, just one here. Sure. Go to stun grenade, go to backup mag. Ignition tank is really good. I didn't even realize I got an ignition tank. That's a huge damage buff for Seer. Actually, massive. Like approximately 4 times. Because that's what ignition tank does. Increases the effectiveness of burns by 4 times. Oh my god, Sail Star. I want another Sail Star. Okay, Rally Point. Sulfur Pools. I hate Sulfur Pools. Sulfur Pools sucks, and I cannot expect that to be good for Chef, especially if we fight a G Construct as the boss. Rally Point is probably the safer option. Scorch Strikers is kind of just better to have, though. Because Wisps, easier to deal with. But I don't want to risk Silver Pools. I'm just gonna... I don't want to risk Silver Pools. Silver Pools sound so horrible on Chef. Like, actually terrible. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay, go. There goes most of my chest this stage. What? Huh? Okay, sure. Yeah. I love that melee enemies, a lot of melee enemies, like, their attacks are just instant. Annoying. Oh my god, a gasoline! Gasoline's a great first item to get. Actually amazing. Chef needs AoE so badly. It hurts. Such a shame, because in Risk Grade 1, like, the Chef is an AoE king. It has just, like, incredible crowd control. But in this game, Chef is very single target based. Almost nothing in his kit can effectively pierce. All of his all of his moves has some piercing to like some extent, but none of them really have the ability to pierce well. Oh. It took my gasoline. Whatever. I don't need gasoline, actually. Ignore what I literally just said about how Chef needs AoE. I don't need it. I'm too good for it. Yes, I'm too good. Because I did not die twice already. In an hour and a half. That's another goat hoof. I'm turning you into a goat hoof. I need more movement. Okay, what's this? If it's a slug, never mind. I'm just gonna take that. It's a green item. Not a good one, but it is a green. And I can't really save it for the goat hoof printer. I think this is gonna be a 5-item stage. Yeah, with just Seer and Glaze combo, I did like almost half its health, which is considerably like really good. You know, dealing almost half a boss's health first stage with no like extra damage or anything with 2 moves is rather good. But Seer doesn't scale at all. I mean, kinda does, but all moves scale with your damage. But Seer doesn't scale well, and it's mainly due to both how long it is and how close range it is. It'd probably be a lot more manageable if you could use like if it stayed, you know, like as long of a cast time it is. It'd be more manageable if you could use other skills during it, but you can't. It's fine. They're gonna, as far as we know, they're gonna make Chef's secondary shorter anyways. A lot more of a burst sort of weapon or a move. Like, kind of how it is in 1, just with how it is right now, kind of mixed with that. It's just shorter, but they better like buff the damage of Seer to compensate, because if it's just like the same damage, same burn damage and everything too, like, yeah, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be more manageable, but if they don't like change like damage numbers for both like the burn or the base damage, right, then it's not gonna be very good, even if it is shorter. And because right now, like, the one good thing about Seer is that stacking burn is rather fast. With the glaze combo, the stronger burn, it stacks really fast. Normally, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have enough time to keep itself up. Which is so sad, because you can have like 3 stacks at once. Not even. And that's just due to poor proc coefficient. 0.6 is not good. On one hand, I can see what they're going for. Like, I can see why it's a 0.6 proc coefficient. It's better than Huntress's Arrow Rain, but at the same time, like, the main thing of the move, which is applying burn, doesn't work because of its 0.6 proc coefficient. It's kind of like how just primary proc coefficient is also just terrible. 0.5 is bad. Especially combined with the fact that it only does 2 hits. Like, Rex's primary. Okay. Rex's primary, which is also proc erosion 0.5, does 3 shots. Right, so that's more understandable. Like, overall, you're getting a bit more of effectiveness from 0.5 because it's 3 different shots. But with this, it's 2 hits. If you hit all of them, that is. Like, you might not even hit all of them. So this could just be 1 hit, and wow, that'd be... It's just not good. The proc coefficients are like one of the biggest reasons why his only really good moves are his roll and glaze. The glaze itself does a lot of damage and applies weaken, which on one hand I hate. I hate that it applies weaken because the weaken is Rex's passive. It's literally Rex's passive. The fact that Rex can apply weaken. But that's what makes glaze good. Weaken is a very powerful debuff, reducing damage, speed, and armor on enemies. It's really good. I can probably go to the Goated Coast. Sure, it wouldn't be that bad, right? And roll is just a good movement skill. It's almost never worth it to charge it up, which is a shame because I like the idea of it charging up, right, dealing more damage based on how much you charge it. But damage wise, I mean it's a good move damage wise. It's just it's not good in practicality. Right? You look at it and its damage numbers are great. 600 to, I believe it's 600 to 900%? Or something like that. It's 500 to 800. It's off by 100. But 500 to 800%. It sounds good. Because those damage numbers on themselves are great. But it comes with the problem of you need to go in contact with the enemy to do it. The reason why transfer mode's not a great move. There are a lot more problems with transfer mode, I'd say. But roll is basically better transfer mode. You can hit enemies multiple times with it. It does more damage. It doesn't make you stop as soon as you hit a large enemy. It gives you a lot more controllability. But I feel like that part itself is more due to Moti's weird acceleration, and not as much due to the transfer mode itself. But really, roll is just a good mobility move. It's used the same way transfer mode would be, which is to move around. Not much else, really. Let's see. Another big problem I have with Chef is, like, for a full combo-based character, his cooldowns just feel way too long. Glaze has a 10-second cooldown. Roll has a 9-second cooldown. Oh, good night, Dusky Wusky. Have a good sleep. Each individual charge of dice has 2 seconds, which sucks because it's your main form. It's one of your main forms of damage. Seer has a 5-second cooldown, which isn't as bad. But it also only starts after you're done using it. Right, which kind of makes it a bit longer. I almost called Dashi. Nope, no I didn't. You have no proof. Have a good sleep. So considering I just used glaze, right? Does Sear actually last for like 4 seconds? That's so bad. Oh yeah, that lasts for like 3 seconds. Sear lasts for 3 seconds ish, which is not a good duration to be stuck in. You're just stuck there, like you can't do anything, just face the enemy and burn them. Right, unless you have roll like available to you. This isn't helping. It lasting 3 seconds is such a detriment. Because you're slowed. You're slowed, you have to face the enemy. So you can't actually like look around you. And you're also stuck right in you're also stuck like pretty much right in front of the enemy. Which pretty much every enemy is a lot scarier when you're right in front of them. Compared to if you're, say, like, I don't know, just like a little bit away. Same across the rock. That's a lot less scary than if I was a melee character in their face. Right? That's the reason why melee characters they all have some way to survive, right, being close range. Loda's passive gives a ton of survivability, which allows her to stay in front of an enemy. Mercenary has like almost has half his skills giving iframes, which allows him to dodge damage, which he'll take a lot more of because literally right in front of enemies. Right? Akrid has range, so it doesn't need to worry about that as much. And False Sun has his passive. I hate False Sun's passive, but it's a good one. It allows for you to be in combat when you need it with armor and attack speed, and it can also allow you to run away when you need to, and heal up with its regen and its movement speed. Every melee character has some way to be in front of enemies. I mean, kinda every character. I mean, if I was using double power saw Moti doesn't have great ways to like stay right in front of an enemy. Power mode's good, and it provides a lot of armor. But when you're taking on like a swarm of enemies, it's not very useful. I mean, it is. It prevents you from dying super easily, but the 800 armor only prevents so much. Right, Chef is pretty much a melee character due to how close range he is. So is Seeker. Like, both of them are super close range characters. And both of their ways of keeping in combat is healing. Seeker's is a lot better than Chef's because Chef needs you to use your multiple skills and you need to kill the enemies in the first place to do it. And if you can't kill enemies, then what are you gonna do? Nothing. You're just gonna die. And Seeker's is a lot better because Seeker has good ways to get out of combat scot-free with Sojourn, right? And then can just heal with Meditate or Unseen Hand, or get a bunch of barrier with Soul Spiral. But again, Chef doesn't have any of these tools. Chef is just kind of forced to be up close to the enemy with like a bit of the tiny bit of healing he gets from killing stray enemies. It doesn't help that Chef's Kiss doesn't give a lot of healing in the first place. Like, its healing really isn't that good. It scales decently, I guess, but you need to hit like 3 skills for it to be decent. And doing that against most enemies is kind of hard. If you're hitting all your skills against an enemy, most likely you're not killing that enemy. Or at least not anytime soon. So like a general game plan would be to, just kill a bunch of weaker enemies, right? Sure, it's smaller healing, but you can do it. But a lot of smaller enemies, if you can kill them, they're probably gonna die to like one move anyways. Glaze is strong enough to where if you hit most of its if you hit most of its shots, deals a ton of damage. And can really deal with the small enemies. Right? His primary does enough damage to where you don't really need to use other abilities. And you're not using Seer without Glaze, because you really need to set up Glaze before you can do anything with Seer. Right, and Roll's a really easy way to get the second mark, because it applies on any damage you deal. As long as you're in Roll, any damage you deal will apply the Roll mark, which is stupid, but it helps. Right, again, 2 stacks, like having 2 marks before you kill an enemy isn't a lot of healing. Even without the nerf of Eclipse 5, it really isn't that much. Right, in Eclipse 5, 3 isn't a lot, right? But in like Monsoon or lower levels of Eclipse, right, having 3 marks gives quite a bit of healing. But having less barely gives anything at all. Which sucks, because this is supposed to be Chef's... This is supposed to be Chef's passive. But this is also, like, a main form... Like, the main form of Chef's survivability. What allows Chef to be so close to enemies, as this gameplay is clearly intending to. Unless it's not. Which makes no sense, because... Like, clearly it has to be, because all of his moves have such shitty range. But it makes a lot more sense when you consider that the Secrets of the Storm DLC was very rushed and didn't have like a lot of polishing or really anything. And Chef apparently was like completely different before. And it just turned out to be this. I really hope they do well with the Chef rework. I have hopes. I have hopes for the dev team. On the bright side, they're at least working on it. Right? At least they didn't just like, well, that sucked. Time to just forget about it, right? Like, that's something they could have done. Wouldn't have been good for the game. But that is something they could have done. But they didn't, and they're showing that they care. Like, yeah, it's not like the most polished. It's not the best at all, but At least they're showing effort. Man, I need more enemies to spawn. Oh. Hey, look, an enemy. But one good thing about Chef is that Chef is now the best character for Deathmark. Before Secret of the Storm, the best character was Rex. Rex has the easiest access to having 2 debuffs. It's like the only character who could actually apply 2 debuffs. But now that isn't true, because False Sun's Lunar Ruin, despite being 1 debuff, technically counts as 2. Which is stupid, to be honest, but whatever. But also, because Chef applies 3 debuffs. Weaken, Burn, and Stronger Burn. But in 2 moves, Chef can apply 3 debuffs. Which automatically makes him the best at Deathmark. At using Deathmark. At least until he gets an Ignition Tank. Which is like the only nerf he gets if you have an Ignition Tank. But like, don't ignore Ignition Tank because you want your Deathmark to activate more. It's not worth it. Ooh, Disposal Missile Launcher is really good. It's kind of funny. I mean, another cool thing about Chef is that with Chef's inclusion, they made it so that literally 2 characters now have their cooldown scale off attack speed. Right? Chef and Artificer, their primary cooldowns are based off their attack speed now. Or are affected by attack speed. Not based off of, but affected. Based off of would make it so like Stone Flux or something would make it actively worse, but to my knowledge it doesn't. But the cooldowns are affected by attack speed. The higher attack speed you have, the lower the cooldowns are. It isn't the scale the greatest. Right? It's not like the greatest boost, but it definitely helps. It gives a reason to have attack speed on both those characters. On one hand, like Artificer didn't really need it. Like Artificer didn't really need attack speed. The only thing most people are going to be using that is affected by attack speed is Nano Bomb or Nano Spear. Right here, secondaries. Flamethrower is also, like, both Flamethrower and both her primaries are affected by attack speed too. But it's just there aren't a lot of people that use Flamethrower. And there aren't a lot of people that use Flamethrower. And like the extra fire rate on the primaries isn't very useful. If like it's not very useful because the cooldown's still the same. You're kind of just waiting longer. Sure, you're putting them out faster, but it doesn't change the fact that you're still gonna have to wait for each one. Oh, right, Aurelian Knight. That's what the Doomstrider's dying to. Kill the Doomstrider Aurelian Knight. Kill it! I give it a weekend for you. I'm helping. See? Oh, Myrdern's really good. Myrdern is actually a pretty nice boss item. I have had a lot of runs with Myrdern recently. I feel like overall people have seen it as like not that great, but I think it's genuinely like a really good boss item. And also, like, I feel like a lot of people's like opinions and stuff are based on, you know, the big content creators' opinions, like their like tier list and what they think of the items, which is inherently a flawed way to look at it. Like, yeah, sure, the big content creators have a lot of experience, but they also have a lot of biases. Right, because they all play on Eclipse 8. They're all only play on Eclipse 8. So obviously they're gonna have some biases on, you know, based on that, based on, you know, Eclipse modifiers and just Eclipse generally. I don't, and it's like, oh, I can make a perfectly objective tier list because I can't. In the end, like, I generally, like, I don't think there really is there. I don't think there are many items that are actively bad. Right? Pretty much every item has some use. Right? Even if it's like a really niche use, every item has a use. Right? And I think that it's a bad idea to just base your opinion, or like, oh, this item is good or bad because, you know, this guy who plays in Eclipse 8 said so. That's just inherently flawed. Oh, so how did I get back on my health? I'm not supposed to have this much health. Oh, Myrodern. Right. Myrodern healed it all. Myrodern is awesome. But, like, a discussion I had fairly recently is unstable transmitter. I think it is a horrible item that actively hurts you. But I know, like, a person that really likes unstable transmitter. But I disagree with their opinion. But it's not like their opinion is objectively wrong. Because unstable transmitter has a use. It can get you out of danger. Right? Even if it's kind of inconsistent, the goal of it is to get you out of danger. Another thing is like knockback fin. I also think that knockback fin is an item that actively hurts you, because it makes it harder for you to aim, and it makes some enemies easier to aim for you, like aim on you, particularly enemies with explosions. Right, someone like a Stone Titan or an Outer Lemurian. Right, these enemies have explosions at the end of when they projectiles or laser hits a player or an art or a piece of terrain. Right, so making it so that it's easier to. It's not like it's easier to aim at you directly, but it's easier to hit you with the collateral of the terrain. Right? It's sure, it might not hit you directly, but this explosion might. Right? That's why I think greater wisps are kind of hard to dodge overall. If you don't have like at least a goat hoof, greater wisps are kind of hard to dodge because the explosion. Right? Because of the explosion on their main attack, on their literally only attack. Right? So putting enemies in the air, especially like again ones with like explosions, it's hard. It makes it worse for you. It's just a lot worse. And like, yeah, knockback fin still has a use though. Knockback fin effectively nullifies melee enemies when you if you knock them up. Like, it's still, I still have the problem of it's harder for you to aim at enemies when they're in the air. But Knockback Finn entirely nullifies melee-focused enemies. Right? You can't hit an enemy in melee if you're in the air. But then again, like, a lot of enemies kind of have, or not a lot, but like quite a few enemies have counters to that. Whether it be like an Alpha Construct or a Scorchworm being entirely grounded, therefore not being able to, you know, get up from the ground. Right? Bosses also share this trait. They can't be knocked up from the knockback fin because they're large. They're a special kind of enemy, right? And Alpha Constructs and Scorchworms are fully grounded, like, in the ground. And of course you're not going to be able to just knock them out of it. Right, but on the other hand, like, this knockback fin does nothing against flying enemies. Just actually nothing. Which sucks. It really does. I wish it did something against flying enemies. Like, whether it be like make enemy, like, I don't know, make it a knockback fin, make it knock back, not up. Make it so like enemies can be affected by it, and they, like, if they're keeping the current version, right, just make them go higher up or something. I don't know. I don't know how to rework items. I just know how to, I don't know how to, like, I know how to give ideas, not like, oh, this is what they should do. I'm not a game designer. But still, like, knockback fin has a use. Sure, it's not like a crazy use, but it is still a use. Every item has some kind of niche use. Like War Bonds, one like the most memed on items since the DLC, has an actual use in speedrunning. Like, in normal game, yeah, War Bonds is rather crappy. Like, it scales weirdly. At level 1, this gives you a bit more than one Gore's Tome, or 2 Gome's Tower. Yes. It gives you like a tiny bit more than 2 chests. Right? And you know, it only gives you what it says at level 17. Which I'm almost level 17 right now, actually, but like, that's kind of sad. And most of the time, you're only going to get really the benefits of a bit more than 3 small chests. Which is really sad. Like, that shouldn't happen. Realistically speaking. It's outclassed by a green item, which is really funny. Both funny and very sad. But the thing that it does have is that it has a decent use for speedrunning, actually. Right? Because you can kind of skip a bit of the looting phase. Speedrunners are about getting fast, and what can really slow you down is the need to kill enemies. So having an item that allows you to just not, right, get some chests, get just a few items before You know, you go into the next stage in like 2 seconds or whatever. Right? It has some use. This is also kind of why I think making like a tier, like an objective tier list on each item is rather flawed. Like, yeah, some items are definitely better than others. Right, objectively speaking, right, a watch is better than, I don't know, like, I can't think of something on the top of my head. Like, objectively speaking, like, a watch is generally better than, like, a bowstring lantern because the watch is active longer. But there are also other factors that might play into that, though. Right? Like, if I'm new to the game, I don't know how to play this game, right? I'm not, like, constantly on the brink of death, right? The bowstring lantern might actually be better than a delicate watch for me because I'm constantly on the brink of death. Right? I'm not gonna have enough health to keep a watch up. Right? It's gonna break. But I will reach the threshold of the bowstring lantern effect. I don't think bowstring lantern is a great item for most people. I think generally it's not a great item. But where I do think bowstring lantern is good is if you're new to the game. I know a lot of, actually quite a few, like Eclipse 8 players don't like the full like idea of on-hit items, right? Rewarding you for getting hit just doesn't make sense. That's weird. Why would we reward you for, you know, dying? But I think it's a cool idea because it can have some strategy to it. Right, depending on how like an on-hit item goes, there is genuinely some strategy you can do. Bowstring lantern can have strategy to it, right? Keeping your health low enough to have the bowstring lantern effect, but not low enough to where your watches break, can be strategically used, which is honestly really cool. Yeah, not super common, right? It's not like I'm gonna actively think about, oh, I have the bowstring lantern, better not lose my watch while keeping the bowstring. Like, I'm not gonna actively try to keep my health between 50 and 25%. That's stupid. But if I was playing like Rex or something, why not? Like, that's something that Rex could do very easily because of the plant skills, right? Hurting you. Right, again, not something that is super easily done for everyone, but on some character, it has some kind of niche. Right, so it's not like fully bad, fully useless. No item is. You can just say, you can kind of like say like, yeah, generally like this item isn't that great, but it's not like any item's useless. It's also like, people have different opinions. Alright, so if you asked me what the worst item in the game was, I'd probably say something like Knockback Fin at the moment. But someone else might love Knockback Fin and might disagree with that. You know, like, that's their choice. Right? They can choose what they like, what they don't like. I'm going on a very long tangent about items and why people's opinions exist or matter, and how you can't just make an objective tier list of items. There's a lot. There's so much that goes on, like between like what people think are good and what people think are bad. There's always some bias. There's never a truly objective like tier list or anything. How much does the legendary cost? What? How much does the legendary chest cost? 5,900, I think. I think it costed 5,900. Oh, so I love it that like larvas can kind of just like fall through the map. It's kind of funny and silly. That's a gup. There are a lot of enemies down there, actually. Good thing I have these gasolines. Oh, I have enough. I have enough for the legendary chest. Time to get that legendary chest. My mouse is bugging out. I love when my mouse does that. It just does that sometimes. But if I like let go, or if I take it off the mouse pad, it kind of just freaks out. Either goes straight down or does weird. So let me sign to clean my mouse pad. My mouse. But, ooh, clover. Wait, actually clover's really useful with Chef. Clover's just a decently good item with anyone. Obviously sometimes it could actually just be useless. Right? If you don't have any proc items. Right? You can't do anything. But I have some proc items and low proc coefficients. Like obviously it's gonna be better on like someone like Commando. Commando generally gets more use out of it because his items have a higher chance to proc in the first place, thus more increase. But this makes it so that my items have pretty much 1.0 proc coefficient chance to proc. Yippee! Yay! It's not exactly, but it's good enough. And with lower proc characters, you can get potentially more use out of it, right? Like Symbiotic Scorpion, great example, like only example too, right? Where the 100% chance isn't actually 100% if you have a lower proc coefficient, which is really funny to me because, like, the description of it is 100% chance to reduce armor by 2 permanently. But but due to how proc coefficients work, technically not always 100%. It's always been just like something that's just kind of funny to me. Yeah, so I think I can go to the next stage or start the teleporter. Right, like something like lower proc characters have to stack more or something to get, you know, higher to get 100%. But a clover can pretty much would like will just reduce the need for as many. Cause yeah, you still need the same amount to get 100%. You just won't need enough. You just won't need as much to almost get 100%. Like to one where like it's close enough to where you don't need that actually like 1 or 2 stacks. It's just useful enough. Maybe she's on his right. Maybe I should maybe we should do like a podcast or something. The very few times I get ideas of what to talk about, I'll go like on like a 30-minute rant about it. Oh, so oh my god, that jellyfish did half my health. That hurt. Hey, there's a vending machine coming. Wow. Eclipse 0. Vending machine. If the Eclipse mode is like an actual thing in lore or something, would it literally just be named after this company that sells these vending machines? Like, I'm pretty sure Eclipse isn't like an actual like canon part of anything, and nothing like that. But like, if it was, wouldn't the name of it literally just be based on the vending machine company? It's an Eclipse 0 vending machine. Helmet Thatcher. I love this stage. That stage is really... they did really well with stages in the DLC. I mean, that is just like a community agreed upon fact. Just like, they did stages so well. And the other things are kind of a mixed bag. Like, the stages are awesome. And I think the gimmick of having like actual lava on this stage is really cool. Annoying because it does a ton of damage, but cool. Like, I like it. Like how it can hit both allies and enemies. Except for parents, which kind of makes sense. Right? Parents and scorchworms. Right? Like the parent family and the magma worm family. Right? The lava doesn't affect those things. That just kind of makes sense. Right? The children, the parent family are kind of just the sun. I mean, their life cycle are supposed to represent the life cycle of a star. That's what it is. Right? And stars are pretty hot. I gotta say. I wasted my sail star. So it makes sense that they're not affected by the lava. Right? Same with like... Okay, because at the end of the stage I'll scrap this chance stall and I should have enough. For 2 green, or 2 reds on the moon. I guess I could. I was gonna say, oh, because I don't have a pillow skip, so I might as well, but I could pillow skip. It just might take a while. And magma worms, the magma worm family, which, like, magma worms and scorchworms are actually just made out of lava. Like, why would they get affected by the stage's lava? They're affected by gasoline. And I have 9 of those. I would love myself like a, forgive me please. I don't want Lost Years. Lost Years bad. Me think Lost Year bad. 0.5 is low. But like, a problem with Lost Years is that it corrupts crit. It corrupts lens makers. 0.5% chance to instantly kill an enemy. Well, yeah, 0.5% is low. If it were higher, that'd be absurd. Okay, that does a little bit of damage. Just a tiny bit. Crowbar good. Crowbar is nice. But, like, the 0.5% chance to kill an enemy isn't the problem I have with Lost Years. It's the fact that it corrupts lens makers. This lens makers is such a good form of damage. 10% chance to deal double damage is really good, and there's a lot of build synergy you can do with it. Whereas Lost Years is like, yeah, they just die. Which is cool. I like the idea of it. It's just the corruption, right? It's like risk win 1. It's risk win 1 and returns item, effectively. It's a telescopic telescopic sight from 1 and returns, which technically was stronger because it's a 1 plus 0.5% per stack to insta kill enemy, which is always 0.5% stronger than lens makers, because lens makers is 0.5 plus 0.5 per stack. So it is stronger. But thing is, like, telescopic lens is a good item in 1 and returns because it only needs to kill his enemy. There's no downside to it. And 2, Lost Year's lens does have a downside. All void items have a downside, which is potentially which is converting another item in your build into that. Right? Those are always potential downsides. Right? As much as I love Polyloot, it is my favorite item. Right? It's not like I'm gonna take Polyloot in literally every situation. Right? If I need the AoE from Ukulele, I'm not trading it for a Polyloot. Also, is that a Halcyon Shrine? That is. That's 3 new items. 3 more items. New isn't exactly true. I doubt they're new full items, but I love Electric Boomerang. Electric Boomerang is such a nice item. Like, it's just a good item. The chance to stun is really, or it's not, it's chance to spawn a stunning projectile. Like, it's really good. It's a great proc item. Stunning is genuinely like a pretty good, technically not a debuff, but it's a pretty good effect. I think it's just people don't like stun because stun itself is really good. It's just stun is so attached to generally like not that great things, right? It's like stunning moves. There aren't a lot of like abilities that stun. Burn. But this is a definitely good. Electric Boomerang is definitely a good item that can stun. Right, but most like stunning abilities aren't that great or known for their stunning ability. Suppressive Fire is definitely something that is more known for the ability to stun, but Suppressive Fire isn't that good of a skill. Sure, it attacks fast and has a good procro vision, but it's not very impactful. It doesn't do much. Sometimes, like, to me at least, it feels like it just kind of like interrupts your gameplay. It just kind of interrupts you. Especially because, like, I feel like I think it kind of feels slow. It's not, because it's supposed to, it fires 6 shots in like a second. Sorry, it's like 6 times faster than you. But it still feels slow. And it's definitely something that's more known for its ability to stun. It's not a great move. Right? Loader's Spike Fist stuns. It's a stunning move. But am I using Spike Fist to stun them? I mean, kinda. But at the same time, like, I'm using it to get closer to an enemy, not just to stun them. It's something like, I'm trying to think of stunning moves that are like decent and actually used for stunning, and not for just some like other effect that completely overlooks it. Transport mode? No, not really. Overloading Scorchworm. Overloading Worm 2. Oh god, that is a lot. And I'm gonna die. Or not. They all died. What the hell? How did I win? How did I... What? Good job me. I totally thought I was gonna die there. Okay, maybe this is my Chef E7 run. I'm just saying. Mire Urn carried me. Genuinely, its healing is actually really good. The Mire Urn is an item that people kind of just like ignore, which sucks because I think this is a great item. I used to think this is a pretty like mediocre item. I based all my opinions on Risk of Rain YouTubers. This is like, no, it's not that great because like it doesn't heal you that much, and especially with Eclipse 5, like it doesn't heal you that much. But no, that's wrong. This heals you so much. Even in Eclipse 5, when healing is cut by 50%. Mire Urn heals a lot. And I think one of the main things is because the healing from Mire Urn isn't like Monster Tooth, it's like 2% of your max health plus a flat amount. I believe that's Medkit, actually. Nope, it is Monster Tooth. I'm crazy, I guess. But Mire Urn isn't based off of like your max health, or it doesn't give like a flat healing, right? Monster Tooth has both, right? 2% plus 8. Medkit has both a percentage and a flat heal. I'm trying to think of something that is like fully percentage based. I guess Void Fiend's Crush is fully percentage based. It heals 25% of your health. Where Planula is just flat, right? A flat 15 health every time you get damaged. But Mire Urn is actually a kind of unique healing item because it doesn't scale off of your HP at all. It's not a flat amount either. It scales, but based off of your damage. Right? It deals 100% damage and heals you for the damage it deals. So damage increasing items will increase its damage. Puts me at 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait, no, I don't need to scrap that. Okay. 11, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And now white items. Increments of 3. That's Stone Titan. Hello, Stone Titan. Mire Urn is great just because it scales off of your damage. It's not like limited by your health, which is rather low, honestly. A Monster Tooth, which gives 2% of your health, can only give that much healing, right? 2 plus On one stack, 2% plus 8. Right? If I have 888 health, as I have right now, this would heal like 18, like probably like 26 health. And that's all it can heal. Unless you have, I am in Eclipse. I'm in something higher than Eclipse 5, so it's going to heal half of that, but if I wasn't, I'd heal like 26 health. I'm just guessing. I'm pretty much guessing. I'm just basing this based on... I'm kind of just doing like math in my head and just guessing, more or less. But I heal like a bit less than 30, and nothing's gonna change unless you have a rejuvenation rack or a corpse bloom, right? That health isn't gonna change. Like there's only 3 things that can change it, right? Your health increasing, or 4 things, I guess. Your health increasing, getting more stacks of Monster Tooth, or rejuve rack and corpse bloom. And there goes my watch. I was not expecting that to do that much damage. That's fine, I only had 1. So I think my plan this stage, get the shipping request, go to the cauldrons. I know where the shipping request is, I think. No, I don't. I lied. And it missed. Man, that orb feels so fast. Something I don't see that often. It just feels... What? No, I'm sorry, excuse me. What do you mean 1,235 damage? That was 1 shot. That wasn't even like the orb that hit me. That was literally its default projectile. How? How did it do that much damage to me? Or effectively, it's only have 2 times health and 2 times the damage. There's no way its base damage is 600. I should have gone for the... I should have just gone straight for the... Tried toe skip. What the hell? That was... That felt so stupid. Like, nothing hit me. It was literally just the 1 shot from the Lunar Wisp. I think the thing we end my stream, that really sucked. That last step was horrible. That felt so stupid. What was I supposed to do there? Like, just dodge it? Dodge the 1 hit from it? I don't even know what hit me. I mean, it was... The default projectile shouldn't have done that much damage. It's like the Lunar Wisp primary shot does like 20% of its base damage. It does do 20% of its damage. Like, there's no way 20% of its damage was 1,000. Like, the only thing that I think would have dealt that much damage to me was its giant orb. Because it was I already like saw it deal like most of my health anyways from the normal wisp. But those things shouldn't be able to go through walls. Right, last I checked, they're not able to go through walls. They explode when they hit the train, which was behind me. It would have exploded far behind me. Like my only possible like solution for that was like just I don't even know because the only thing I could think of that could have happened there was that the only thing I could think of is that the orb went through the wall and just killed me through there, which shouldn't happen, which shouldn't be possible. Because I couldn't see it. I didn't see anything explode or anything. Nothing. I just died. Yeah, I'm ending my stream. Goodbye. Have a good one. I might stream tomorrow.